Okay, Gene, are you ready to be counted in?
Yeah, dog.
Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Oh, this comes out April 11th, April 13th. I'm at the Stateside Theater at the Paramount as part of the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. And then that's in Momston. And then I do one night only in Los Angeles at the Regent Theater, May 3rd. And then Minneapolis Hits has actually been moved to August because I'm doing something very special I'll be able to reveal later. May 20th and 21st, or Sperm Vine, California at the Improv. And then June 4th, the Borgata in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Boston, massive, huge tits at the Wilbur, June 5th. Washington, Dick Come at the DC Improv, July 15th and 16th. And then Cleveland, Ohio at Hilarities in August. And then Nashville, Tennessee, October 6th, 7th, and 8th. What an amazing time. ChristinaPOnline.com. Get your tickets. Get them now. Get them while it's hot. Listen, I'm out of my mind. I've been up since 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm having, so my 3-year-old, he's going to be 4 in July, little Julian. I'm sorry, Sir is his legal name. We have to refer to him as Sir, which is psychotic, and it's lasted like three or 4 months now. Everybody calls him Sir. Even Ellis, when Ellis is mad at him, will be like, Sir, I told you to put my toy down. Like, I think I understand this pronoun thing, like it's my pronouns are, and I'm like, how did you get this already? Like, I would never told you about this, that you can just be called what you want. So Sir has been he comes into my bed, he came in my bed at 4 a.m, which wouldn't be so bad if he would just go the fuck to sleep, but instead he starts making chit chat. There's a lot of conversation. Mom, do I have to get married? No, you don't have to get married. You can live with mommy forever. Okay, good, because I love you so much. I love you. It's so cute. And then he's like, I had a bad dream. I'm like, I know. Shut the fuck up. Go to sleep. I know. I'm always like, go to sleep. Go to sleep. But yeah, he had to say, whatever. He's into mom right now. It is a real Oedipal phase. It is a real thing. Freud, look it up. Oedipal, Oedipal, Oedipal phase of development that boys go through. Girls go through the Electra complex, but that theory was kind of shut down. Whatever. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The penis envy part of the Electra complex was kind of silly. All right. The Oedipal complex, also known as the Oedipus complex, is a term used by Sigmund Freud in his theory of psychosexual stages of development to describe a child's feelings of desire for his or her opposite sex parent and jealousy and anger toward his or her same-sex parent. It's actually a very important stage where your little boy is madly in love with mommy and wants nothing to do with dad. And my boys talk shit to Tom nonstop. Like, I hate you. I hate you. Get out of here. And while very flattering, it's exhausting. He's almost 4, and 4 is kind of when they snap into being more regulated. And then supposedly by 5 or 6, they resolve this Oedipal drama of like that mommy belongs to daddy, and yeah, you can't marry your mom. You have to, unless you're on your mom's house, and you can marry your mom. That's why that's so taboo. You're supposed to resolve this. But where's Oedipus Rex is a play, and I'm forgetting who wrote. Will you Google Oedipus Rex? OEDIP. Oedipus Rex. It's a play. Sophocles. That's right. So Sophocles made of the play Oedipus Rex, where he wanted to kill his father and marry his mother, and I believe he achieves that in that play. It's been so long.
It was on accident, though.
Oh, was that right? You remember this?
Yeah, I remember learning this in college. It was, I think it was that he was banished from living with his parents growing up, and he went away, and then when he came back, he fucked up his dad, And he's like, oh, who's this fucking hot chick? And he fucks her. And then afterwards finds out that it's his mom, if I remember correctly.
That's awesome. What a great story. Gosh. No wonder it really stood the test of time, huh?
Yeah, it's a cool story.
That's crazy. There's a Korean movie called Old Boy.
Yes, I like Old Boy.
Yeah, that is that exact. I mean, not exact, but that's
Oedipus
pretty
Rex.
fucking close.
It's Greek mythology. They like a lot of those stories are just picked up by movies.
Kids, let me
That's
tell
great.
you something. In case you haven't picked up on it now, everything is a retelling of Greek mythology. Everything is a retelling of Shakespeare. There is nothing new under the sun. Everything is the same fucking character archetypes. That's why we keep telling the same stories over and over and over and over, because it's universal to the human experience. And, ain't nothing new. We know that from fucking Hollywood. Okay, the plot. The plot of Oedipus Rex is a straightforward interpretation of a Greek myth. When the king and queen of Thebes, right? Thebes, give birth to a son, Oedipus, an oracle tells them that their child will kill his father. To avoid this, the king, Laos, orders the child to have his feet broken and then be left for dead. That's cool. That's a fucking play, though. Once you see that, it's way more interesting than the fucking bullshit I was watching last night.
Oh, you have to fucking pay for this shit?
Yeah.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially in the guy trying to escape his... Oh, right, because
fate.
there was Tibius, like the prophet or something, right? That
I
like
don't remember that.
that told them that like, oh, your child's gonna kill you and fuck your wife. So they banished the son, and then the son's like, fuck you, dad, I am gonna kill you, and then accidentally fucks his wife.
Sweet. Yeah, there is something to that too of boys challenging their fathers. There's an age, right, where the adolescent boy tests the boundaries of their physical strength. Like you come to realize that your father, like maybe you could kick your dad's ass, and there is a point where you can kick your dad's ass. And how do you reconcile that differential in power? It's very interesting. All these fucking psychos out there that say there's no such thing as gender. These are fucking idiots. Okay, you've never had a boy and you've never had a girl. Like sorry, true. All this shit's true. Oedipus. All true.
So how do you do you just kind of pat on the head until like they hopefully grow out of it? Like how do you
French your son? Just make out with him. Yeah, you do. You. So what happens is essentially the boy is rehearsing love with mom. So like Julian's way more affectionate than Ellis was. So Julian literally will be like, "Mom, snuggle, snuggle." And then we'll lay down and he'll just kiss me. And then, snuggle, huggies. So they're practicing on you for future love partners. So yeah, if I'm rejecting and like, fucking stop it, don't touch me. That can really cause some problems.
I could see that happening. I could see that causing some issues.
Right. So, but my issue now is like, I love him. I want to model that great relationship behavior, but I also would like to sleep at night. So, when this happened a year ago when he was getting out of bed and fucking around, we came up with the hall monitor, and he being the hall monitor.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I know.
I'm trying to tell you, I'll be there. I'll be there any time of night, any day. I'll just be sitting there playing some games on my phone.
What's up?
Just waiting.
What's up, bitch?
Yep.
So last time I built, I didn't do it. My cowboys who work on my house do. They built the baby gates, double baby gates. Right? So that he can't leave the room. And I'm like, well, at 3.5, is that too barbaric? Because he's way more conscious now. And I've tried threats of like taking the toys away. He could give a fuck. Like I've taken away his favorite van. I've taken away his favorite car. But also Google for a 3-year-old, because I'm wondering if, what's the age at 2, like they're so out of control that you kind of physically do have to restrain them. But like, I don't know how the fuck. Okay, here we go. I think I Googled this article this morning. How to respond. Okay, yeah, when your 3-year-old won't get out of bed. Ugh. So don't put them back in the bed is what this person was saying, because then it establishes that as a game. And that's exactly what he's doing. Because even just to get him to go to bed initially, go to bed, God damn it. And he thinks it's hilarious when I'm yelling at him. When you ignore her and go to your own room, she still comes out of hers to throw toys. Yeah, of course. It's taking privileges or treats. Hold on, go up, go. Don't leave. I was just reading that. The next day, haven't done anything, even after 2 weeks. It's so true. And I follow through. I take shit away. Okay, incessant requests. Yes. Water, food, one more story, one more hug. This is so true. Okay, what to do? It's all too easy to get frustrated, only to feel guilty for doing so. It's not her fault, but at the same time, you're at your wit's end and you don't know what to do. Okay, here we go. Expectations. Experiment with different techniques. Number 1, adjust your child's naps. Hilarious. My children do not fucking nap. They've never really napped. Next.
They don't nap at all?
Dude, Ellis stopped napping like at 18 months. He was like, nah. He's a psycho.
Jesus.
And then Juju, yeah, he knocked it off fairly early too.
But then do they sleep a lot at night? Well, I mean, not Juju.
Yeah. No, normally they would go to bed by 8:30 and then wake up at 6:30 for school.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. So, okay, scroll. Let's see. Set clear expectations. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. During the day, he's happy and receptive. Remind him about what happens during your bedtime routine. Yeah, I do that. So you say what's going to happen.
Who's waiting outside if he fucks up. Waiting in the kitchen. I'm going to be at different rooms, too. You never know where I'm going to be. Nowhere's safe except your room.
Nowhere's safe, bitch. After bedtime, we'll read 4 books. I do this. Okay, scroll up. Bitch, I set these expectations and they still fuck around. Okay, take care of the excuses. I preemptively do all that horse shit too. Where's my water? I got you water. Your water's fucking here. I got you your blanket. I got you your lovies. Don't keep walking your child back into the room. This is what many of us have heard, that the key to getting your child to finally stay in bed is to walk him back into his room. We're supposed to do this without fanfare, without consistency, no matter how long it takes. Well, let me tell you, your 3-year-old will see this as yet another game to play. I know. Okay, so here's a solution. We got to do this again. Keep your child in the room. Remember when your 3-year-old was a baby and stayed confined in the crib? You need to make sure the crib was clear of blanket, blah, blah, blah. And you can get him in. Think of his room as a wider crib. All right, here we go. We're going to have to do this shit again.
Yeah, you just got to put locks on the outside of the door and then just lock it in. That's what they're saying, right?
Hold on. The doorknob cover. Yeah, my kids figure that. If your kid can't figure out the doorknob cover by the time they're 3, your kid is fully fucking talked. Because, nah. They know they can figure this out. The kids are not stupid.
I remember it confused me the first time I went here. Guys.
Of course, yeah.
How do it keeps slipping?
Listen, Nadav, you're not the only one. Every baby proofing thing, I'm completely confounded by. Like the first 2 times, like how the fuck? What? And then you figure it out, and it's fine. Same with putting kid toys together. It is the cruelest thing. It's so evil. Like you bring your newborn home from the hospital. And then you're like, shit, I got to put him in something. Well, we bought that chair, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, we'll open up the box. Okay. Well, there's 50 different pieces. Fuck. We got to put this thing together. And you're so sleep deprived and you're so fucking tired. And now you have to cut open the box, unscrew the plastic pieces, figure out. It's like there needs to just be a line of children's toys. I think there's like 1 or 2 that are fairly simple. Where like, hey, all you have to do is open this box. You don't have to unscrew plastic or tape, or it's ready. And you don't have to put batteries in anything. That should be fucking illegal that they sell you a toy without batteries in it. It's so evil. Ugh. Okay, here's what we're going to do. The baby gates. Okay, that way the kids can still open the door but couldn't get out. And yet another option is to turn the doorknobs backward so that you can lock it from the outside. This is Nadab's thing.
Oh, I was saying that as a joke.
I know. I think that's a little too cruel.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
I don't like the idea of locking my kid in their room. I don't think so. I think it's not.
Yeah, I don't think that'll turn out too well.
No, that's abusive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, scroll down. Let's see if there's another one. Check in strategically and frequently. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. The minute you check in, they're like, I want another thing. I want another kiss. No. Okay, go down. This article blows. Okay, nights are extra challenging. Yeah, I know that. Okay.
Would the like, hey, why don't you just lie down in bed and close your eyes for 10 more minutes? Could you do that? And then, like, is that a way to trick him into going back to sleep?
Well, the problem is, so he gets out of his bed and runs into my bed. So this article is saying, which is the truth, is that if you go, nope, you're going back to your bed, and you get up and you walk them to their bed, that's not going to work. Because now he sees that as a fun game he can play with you, and he'll just come back to your bed in 10 more minutes. So the secret is to just get them not to leave their bed in the first place.
Right. If their brain is anything like mine, essentially, you have to get them to want to be in there. Otherwise, it's just I'm gonna find a way to get out. I'm gonna find a way. So there's no like, lock or gate or rule. I'll get around all those. You gotta make me feel like I don't even want to leave this place. This is the place to be.
I know, but he's got a million loveys. He's got toys. He's got like.
Is he in the same room as Ellis, or do they have?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like so it's also like one of those things where it's like you can't give him too much shit that might wake up the other one, and then you got double trouble.
No, because once Julian falls asleep, nothing can wake him. Like Ellis will straight up play video games in his bed, like doo doo doo, like total sounds and scream, and Julian's passed out. It really needs to be a deterrent, like with the 3-year-old. Because I've tried the taking away toys and that, and I follow through, and it just doesn't give a shit.
Could you make it the job of the older one to be like, hey, if you keep him inside, then I'll give you, whatever?
I know, but he does do that. Mm-hmm. But then if it's 4 a.m. and Ellis is passed out.
Oh, I see.
So I think I may have to build the double, the crib gate, the gates.
And that's just 2 gates stacked on top of each other?
Yeah. And it works as a visual deterrent because I didn't even ever have to actually lock Julian in. I just threatened him with that, and that was enough. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to text my cowboy and have them come back.
I'm telling you, though, if it's me, I'm climbing that eventually. I'm going to climb that shit.
And he did. But that's why you do doubles so that there's no way to climb. Like, he literally cannot climb.
But isn't that the same as locking your kid in the room? Might as well put a lock on the door, right?
It is. But the difference is, I think they can see through the bars. Like, you're not locking them to the point where, like, they don't see you or hear you or know what's happening.
Right. The difference between a jail cell and solitary confinement, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about like an alarm that will get him in trouble? Like, as in, if he goes out, it's kind of like the hall monitor, but like electronic. So you have like let's say a ring alarm on the outside, and then it knows, or you can make it so the light turns on, so he knows every time that light turns on. Now he knows he's in trouble because it caught him.
Oh yeah,
and he
like
can't
a motion detecting thing.
Ooh, and then if you see events at night, you could be like, hey. I saw you get this thing, so now your brother gets the treat that everyone always gets every day, and you don't get that treat.
Yep.
Okay, let me think this through.
So right outside the door, you got a little Ring camera that has the floodlight on it, which is like, it's the standard one. You put
Keeps burglars out.
You put that right outside, aiming like not into their room, but out of their room. So as soon as someone leaves that room, they're fucked.
They're fucked. I like this. I'm doing it.
You can set like times for it, so it's only active at whatever 8:30 p.m. until 8 in the morning. And then if there's any event, you can call it whatever you want. Then it's like whoever's on that camera doesn't get the thing.
Yep.
Everybody gets.
We did it today. Where like Ellis gets the toy, you don't. Like, he's not deterred. Like, he just wants to sleep in my bed.
So he doesn't respond to toys. What about,
that's like the only currency at candy.
What about, like, does he have like phones and stuff, like iPads or whatever? Like,
but I'd only let them do it when we're on airplanes.
Oh.
It's not a regular treat.
Is it too mean? Yeah, I feel like even just about to say that. But like, say each kid gets 5 hugs at a time.
Oh my God.
Yep. All right.
Horrible.
I'm going to go ahead and pump the brakes on this.
Christ.
I'm going to go ahead and pump the brakes. I'm going to backpedal, and I'm just going to say they each get the same amount of hugs no matter what.
Yeah, love is, bro.
Mommy doesn't love you as much now.
Good.
You know what happens.
You are ice cold.
It's brutal.
Jesus.
My gift, my curse. Yep.
That was horrible.
It probably worked though.
Yeah, incentives aren't working, so I do need to use brute force. Incentives are out the window. There's a time when you must assert your will.
But so if you did then, so then what's the punishment if he gets out of that If you see the thing
No
on
treats.
the camera,
He fucking
that's
freaks
what it is?
if he can't have sugar. For
Oh,
a
okay.
day.
Well, then, yeah.
Yeah.
There it
No
is.
fucking treats.
There it is.
I
You
thought the
showed up on the
glass one
camera,
was
and you'll have proof. You'll be like, see? Like, look, you got it right here. Fucking red-handed, bro. Get
You
body.
guys are fucking silly. Okay.
Like, what if
Yeah.
actually, what if you locked your door, and then you just put baby gates like at the top of the stairs? So really, if they get out of the room, they could really only get into the hallway. So then it's still like they're kind of like it's still keeping them from going inside your room.
Just not on their door
Right.
necessarily. I know because I don't. They're on the same floor as me now, so I'm trying to think how to.
Oh, because they'd probably still knock and shit.
I think I'm gonna just try the threat of the gates tonight because at this level, Julian is really looking for me to put the hammer down. That's also a little bit what this is. I think is a boundary thing. Like, will I put the hammer down? And they'll be like, bro, do you want me to put the gates back up? I will. No. And that'll stop it. I have a feeling I just have to threaten him with gates.
Well, as a kid who never had actual boundaries, let me just tell you, you better follow through.
Oh, I
If
do
don't
all the
do it.
time.
Okay,
I
okay.
do.
Well, because you said you threatened those before, but
No,
you
in
still
the
doing it?
past.
Yeah.
So what happened was I put them up, and then all I had to do was threaten him with closing them, and they totally worked. So I never actually had to close them. I just had to visually have the deterrent up. It's the Panopticon. Have you heard of the Panopticon?
No.
Foucault. Yeah, I've talked about this, I'm sure, a million times. Okay, the Panopticon. This is a great theory, too. Jeremy Bentham was the first person to come up with the Panopticon. It's this idea that a prison, see, that's the prison, and in the center, it's a circular prison, and in the center is a tower, okay? And the threat of deterrence, the threat of somebody watching, of just being in the tower, was enough to stop people from behaving poorly. So it's just the threat of deterrence that works with this kid. So I think if I just threat, just issue some threats for deterrence.
So there you go. Yeah, the Ring camera is the Panopticon.
All right. I'm bored. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's talk about the fact that I haven't drank alcohol in a week. Yes. And I'm down a pound. I'm so excited. I'm trying to lose weight for this thing I'm doing. And then, oh, thank you. Thank you. You know what sucks, though, is that it's my main way of coping with life. And like, especially the stresses of motherhood. But now here's the deal. I feel better overall. I feel more like even keel overall. Right. But then I'm like, like Nadav. Okay. So you smoke pot.
Sure do. Blaze it, homie.
Blaze it. Does anybody in that room go to sleep unassisted?
Yeah, I sleep fine.
Sober?
Yeah.
Really?
So does Zolo.
Said he does too, yeah.
Well, okay. So what's this? How do you not?
I
Do you not get keyed up and then do you not drink?
Not like frequently. I'm not like a drunk, but I'll drink, I'll have a couple drinks a day. No
Oh.
big deal.
Oh, a day. Well, see, that's
Yeah.
what I was doing.
So yeah,
And
that
that's
isn't
at my
unassisted.
age.
No, but I don't drink to sleep though. I'm saying I'll drink in a day. I thought you were saying, do you drink at all?
No, right, but even like having a couple beers after work kind of already starts taking it out of you to the point where it's
Yeah.
easier to sleep.
Because
Oh,
when
you
I
don't know my brain. That's not how my brain works. It doesn't put me to sleep at all. I'm firing all the time. Like, yeah, no, drinks don't do nothing to me like that.
Maybe Zolo's brain is the one.
But this is the thing I'm saying is that I only drank 2 drinks a night just to mellow out and get over the problem of motherhood, essentially to cope with motherhood because it's so draining and exhausting.
Sure, I can only imagine.
And it's horrible. So I was drinking just to cope with that. And then like I just was like, well, I want to lose weight. So I had to stop drinking so I could lose weight. But then like, oh, my life is so boring without alcohol. So Zolo, you mean to tell me you don't drink what do you do when you get home from work? Do you take pills? Do you smoke pot to go to sleep at night, to relax, to wind down? What do normal people do? Oh,
And I mean, I drink occasionally, but never to fall asleep. Like, and not every day. Like, I only drink socially.
wow. What's that like? I honestly can't remember a time when I only drank socially. Okay, so
Well, honestly, I mean, Zola, I don't know if you're like me, but does drinking help you in that way? Because I think that's the difference is I tried drinking to like solve problems and it never did for me. It was always like for fun.
see, drinking works for me. Like it stops the bad thoughts, the stress thoughts.
Oh,
it just
wow.
kind of goes, ee, then I go like, good night, you know? Like it just takes the edge off of life.
It's definitely a stress reliever for me. I don't know if it
Yeah.
would put me to sleep. I'd probably need a lot to put me to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez.
Like forcefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
like
I'm not saying like
a
passing
very-
out. It just relaxes me. And then like all of a sudden like problems go bye-bye. You know what I mean? Like, oh, happy time.
maybe a little bit. But
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
come home from work. What do you do?
I usually go to the gym or go for a run or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I try to do other things to kind of wind me down.
that's smart. That's nice.
Not the answer you wanted to hear.
That's terrible.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
That's,
kind of boring.
Go
that
for
is
a 15-minute walk.
Fuck that. And
Yeah.
by the way, I can't. Like, I come through the door and I've got two little beings that want my attention immediately.
You can get a treadmill.
I have the elliptical.
You could drink on the treadmill like Bert.
He does that.
Yeah. Yeah, he pounds bottles of wine on the treadmill.
Yeah, no matter what he's doing.
Yeah, see, I'm not Bert. I'm just like, I need something to take the edge off. You know?
I get that.
That
Where's
doesn't
that CBD at?
make me fat. Yeah, CBD.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to try.
There you go.
Because I can't eat to make the bad feelings go bye-bye. I can't drink to make the bad feelings go bye-bye. To self-soothe, as they say.
You used to be doing CBD, right? Like, what happened to that?
I know, I forgot about it.
Oh.
Okay, good call, Annie. I will do that.
There
I
we
will
go.
start taking CBD.
Boom,
yeah.
problem solved.
Boom, I got your boyfriend. I got your man. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about Vince Lombardi on the way in. And it's funny. So I was thinking about how our culture fetishizes the working male, the American man who puts his ambition, his career, his drive, his achievements above any other priority and achieves the most. I was watching this documentary about Vince Lombardi years ago, and it's really stuck with me forever because the game was so important to this man, football. He was obsessed with being a great football coach. He devoted every minute of his waking existence to being a coach. The wife knew that come Sunday or whenever I think game day was for him, that he was going to be a mess, and the whole family had to tiptoe around his moods because if he lost, he was a monster. If he was happy, he wasn't actually happy because, you know, he's worried about the next game. And all his energy and devotion was to the game of football. And really, when you listen carefully to this documentary, kind of a neglectful piece of shit to his family. And same goes for Johnny Carson and all these men that are memorialized as being big achievers. Often have horrible home lives, children that they've neglected for decades, wives that are just waiting for them to be normal and tiptoe around, you know, dad's moods and such. And I was like, so what's the payoff, Vince Lombardi, so that you die early, prematurely, probably of a heart attack from the stress of working as hard as you have your entire life. And maybe after you die, maybe a decade goes by and people remember your name, but truly not so much after that. Do you guys know Vince Lombardi?
I was never big into football.
Okay,
Sports or
so
anything,
that's
so
a no.
Yeah.
So
I do not.
Nadav, who's 30, what? Three, doesn't know Vince Lombardi. Any?
No, I do not.
You don't know Vince Lombardi. Okay. So arguably one of the greatest football coaches of all time. And it got me to thinking of like, okay, so fucking what? And what is this glory that men have to achieving so much? Is it to get immortality? Because I look at my husband who's absolutely just destroying himself on the road. And I'm like, I get it. In our business, it's a little different. Like you have a window, you make your money, and then that's it. You know, you're only hot for like a spell. So I get this, but I'm talking about guys that are like lifelong. I gotta fucking do this to the detriment of everything else in my life. And I was just thinking like, we should not be praising. But Johnny Carson, by the way, colossal piece of shit. Go ahead and Google Johnny Carson. Arguably the greatest, I think, late night host of all time. I think he was infinitely talented. I think he was married like 7 times. Alcoholic, DUIs. Again, stories about Carson coming home and totally ignoring his children and wife. Like, I'm not saying my husband does none of these behaviors, by the way. Like, he comes home and he's a good father and a good husband. But, I mean, this mythology of the hardworking man, and then they die early. And they often die of, they get brain problems from being stressed out for so many years. And I just think it's really sad. And I'm that blonde chick, she's gorgeous. And this is, by the way, who's this chick? Is that Farrah? No, she's not that pretty. She looks like a junkie.
And I don't think she'd be that old back then.
This is back when people got big naturals and they were real. This is like, if you were good looking in 1979 or 80, like that's genetics, bro. That's not Kardashian injections. That's like real deal. But yeah, like I think we need to start also calling dudes out on like, yeah, okay, so you accomplished great things. Like for instance, I was watching a documentary about Robin Williams. And it was like the real Robin Williams. And I was like, great, let's hear about mental illness. I want to hear about all this weird shit he was into. Did he die jerking off? Like what? Because I think he did, right? Like
No.
he
No,
choked
he
himself from the
He-
doorknob.
He killed himself because he had the early onsets of very aggressive dementia.
Oh, again, from probably working like a horse his whole life, being treated like a whatever, and getting his worth from doing. He's a human doing, not a human being, as they say. But Robin Williams, same. Horrible parent, horrible piece of shit dad. Like his son is just, they interview his son and his son was devastated. He's like, I just wish he could have just been around and just been my dad and not have to entertain people and me all the time. It was like, anyway, the point of the story is when I was on ketamine and I had a very meaningful vision quest. And I'm telling you guys, I was on my deathbed essentially on ketamine, you know, and I saw it. I fucking got it. I was like, oh, none of this matters except for your children and the people you love. Like seriously, I was on my ketamine deathbed and I wasn't going like, gosh, I'm so happy I was famous, or I'm so glad I made a lot of money. Like none of that was even in the realm of meaningful.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like none of it, bro. I assure you.
Right. It's you value the meaningful relationships that you've built more than the things you've acquired.
And I can't imagine that Vince Lombardi on his deathbed was like, I'm so stoked I worked so hard as a football coach. It's like, really? I mean, maybe he did. Do men, you tell me, you guys are, I'm sorry, not men, people with penises in the booth. We stop using that hateful language, men and women.
Yeah, my gender is Jew.
Ugh.
But I don't know. Like, I mean, even
Like, is this a difference between the sexes where I'm like, I don't fucking understand that at all?
well, I know that what drives me to be successful is so that I could not have a difficult life
Yeah.
in the immediate future.
Yes.
But I think like for example, I mean, like I fucked myself up. Like whenever I tore my ACL or I had diverticulitis, like it's always
Those are major, by the way.
Yep, all in my early 20s. And it's
Those are major problems.
yeah, life.
Those are like 70-year-old problems.
Yeah, I had 2 years of my life taken away from me.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. Like right when I was done with one, the other one started. So
Yeah.
it was just terrible. And but yeah, I remember just being most thankful that like, holy shit, I'm so lucky that I have people around me to take care of me.
Yeah.
And that like love me enough. Because my biggest thing is always being a burden on someone.
Ugh,
And when someone is still willing to accept you as a burden, you're like, ooh, I did something right, you know?
Yeah, that's
like I'm not
true.
such a piece of shit that I'm not worth being a burden.
yeah, that's so true.
When that's already my biggest nightmare.
I know it's my biggest nightmare too. Like when I get old, I'm just gonna check myself into this retirement home I saw a documentary on in Florida where they party and they just fucking, it's like Margaritaville for oldies.
Fuck yeah. Then they like invent new STDs while they're over there and
Yeah,
shit.
I'm just gonna fuck. I'm sure Tom will die before me, and then I'll just go fuck in this retirement home. But I will not burden. You know what's interesting? I think maybe too this is a function of my age, because for me it was all about the hustle, like all about the hustle and making it, and really important. And then I had kids, and I was like, okay, the hustle is real. Like, you do need to make a living to have kids. This is very real. And then it goes like, okay, well, we did that. Now what? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? You know, I keep finding myself every decade being like, is that all there is? Oh, fuck, that's all there is. It's a joke. It's a cosmic fucking joke. Everything is, you know?
Isn't it?
Yeah. And you're like, oh, I thought that was so important. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So little really
It's a
matters.
real bummer when you figure that out.
Is that all there
Because
is?
like whenever you freak out, there's always like is this going to matter tomorrow? Is this going to matter next week? Is this going to matter next
I
month?
know.
Next year? 5 years? 10 years? And you're like, oh, fucking the answer to literally everything that you asked it about is no.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting that it stresses you guys out, or that it's a bummer for you guys. That frees me. That makes me feel so free, because it's like, well, then I could just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So this life is whatever I want it to be.
100%.
you know?
So the converse of that, I think, because as a human, you think you're so permanent and you think you're so special, and you think, because by the way, that's the narrative now, right? You're so special. Everything you do is like, you tell kids now that they're special 5,000 times a day, supposedly to build their self-esteem, which I think we all fucking know that's not gonna. If someone tells you how great you are, you just go, no, shut up. That's not true, right? You have to earn it. You have to do
Right.
things that make you feel like you've earned it.
Well, I think even if, maybe I'm just a special case. I'm never
Super gay.
okay with hearing that.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks because like I was thinking about participation awards. Like, why do I fucking hate them so much? And there's many reasons, okay? Number
because
one,
you achieved.
yeah. Well, number one, the participation award is a logical fallacy, okay? If everyone is a winner, then no one's a winner. You get it? If everything is an emergency, then nothing is an emergency. It's a logical fucking fallacy. Not everybody is a winner. Therefore, there's no such thing as a winner if everybody wins, right? Number two, it also diminishes the value of the guy or girl, or person with a vagina, person with a penis, who actually achieved the most. So now you're taking from them. And number three, I got a merit award once for a spelling bee in like second grade, and my mom framed it. I think because she didn't understand what the word merit award meant. Like, she thought it was a real award. And I remember feeling so slapped in the face. Like, you fucking framed a participation award? Because I knew in my heart, I knew it. I was like, this is fraudulent. And this is in the 80s when like they just started. I was like, this doesn't fucking matter. This doesn't feel good. This mediocre award. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody just gets recognition or gets love. You have to earn love. You have to earn. No? No, you have to, you know, like I did get one. I felt very fucking cheated.
Well, yeah.
It felt wrong. It felt fake.
Because it's also, I don't know if you saw the stacks that, like, when you got a merit award. Are you talking about, like, the ribbons?
No, not even that. Yeah, ribbons were gay as fuck, but like the merit award, like they give you like a blue paper.
Right.
And you're like, this is garbage. This is nothing.
Because I remember, like, with ours, like, I think it was, like, how many books you read throughout the year or some bullshit.
Yeah.
And they had a huge fucking stack of greenies that are just the participation ones. And then, like, a stack of reds that are, like, second place. And then, like, blues that are the smallest amount. You're like, well, the blue one's the only one that matters. Like, what are we even... Like, everyone's getting a green one. This fucking sucks.
You know it, right?
Yeah.
As a kid, you understand the hierarchy, right? Children respect hierarchy. They respect it. They like it. They thrive on it. Ellis loves competing. He gets it, dude. So to take that away from a kid of like, nah, fuck that. Next year I'm getting blue. You know?
Yeah.
You're taking that drive from them? I don't know, but we're so dysfunctional.
That's true. I don't think you and me are good, are good
Annie,
case studies.
What do you think, Annie?
So you go to Annie?
Because he's fucked up too. So I always compare my fucked up with his fucked up and your fucked up. Like, have you ever gotten a merit award? Isn't there no worse feeling than a fucking participation award?
I don't think I ever got one. No,
It's horrible.
Yeah, no, I only fucking win, so I've never. No, I'm just.
All I do is win.
Winning's the best.
Winning's the best.
Yeah, sick. No, I think. I mean, the argument that you're making is kind of like, I mean, it's a capitalistic way of thinking, right? It's like there needs to be winners, because what you said is right, that if there are no winners, then there are no, or if everyone's a winner,
then no one is a winner.
Then no one's a winner. However, if no one's a winner, then no one's a loser. So I think that you're just arguing ideologies, you know? It's like some people want it that way where nobody loses, and that's like a socialist type of
Then
everybody.
Go move to fucking Amsterdam.
I
okay?
mean, that's kind of
Get out of here.
That's what your argument is. Yeah, it's like,
get out of here.
This America ain't for you, bruh.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you fucking pussy communist. Go live in Russia. Go see how great that is with Putin. Yeah, go to fucking Ukraine right now, bro. Go live that life. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, because the reality is, even if everyone does say that no one's a loser, someone's gonna fucking win. Someone's gonna come in and win anyway. And if everyone is just okay losing, then they're gonna get taken over by a fucking, Putin winner ass motherfucker, because they want to succeed. And that's why I think it bothered you so much, is because that's what you wanted to do, is achieve. And look at you.
Of course,
you have,
because of the drive of, hey, am I a good runner? Never. I'm never gonna be athletic. I'm not gonna be the best looking. There's always a girl better looking than me, thinner than me, prettier, better teeth, whatever the fuck. Not better teeth. I paid a lot of money for these teeth. These teeth are really good. I'll take that credit. There's always someone better at math. Growing up, I think it's really important to evaluate your weaknesses and your strengths, because the sooner you identify what you suck at, you can be like, this is not for me. I'm not going to be an astronaut. Guess what? I'm not going to be a doctor. I'm not going to be an athlete. You just check off these boxes, and there's nothing bad about saying, hey, I'm not good at this. This is not for me, but I am good at ba 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 ba. Guess what? I can write. I always did well in English. I was always like in honors English. I could always write. I could always spell. I could always communicate well. That was my one thing. And guess what? That's what I fucking did. But because I could admit to myself that I was a loser, a fucking failure at math. I was a fucking loser in math. I was a fucking loser in chemistry. I'm a loser at science. I'm a loser in all these things. But so I say, fuck it. I don't even look at it. I go to where you're good. So I think we're doing kids a huge disservice by, just look at yourself. Be honest. You suck at some things. You're good at some other things. Someone's better than you. There's always somebody better than you. What is this shit that everybody's the same? It's stupid. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's also good for people, though. Is like,
yeah,
it's because I remember I had one summer where I was a bag boy at a supermarket, and it was the worst fucking job I ever had.
Yeah.
It's a great leveler. I'm like, I never want to do this again, and that's always been like the fire under my ass. It's like, hey, you want to go fucking bag groceries at Vaughn's again, or you want to like do shit that you want to do?
Yeah, dog. Do you know that I have recurrent nightmares that I'm 20 years old. I'm not a comic. I just graduated from college and I have no idea what I'm doing. Like nightmares that I'm going back to that stage of life, because I'm like, the hustle is real. I'm terrified of losing.
But I have realized over time, though, like that is a nightmare to me too, because I'm like you guys. I like to achieve. I like to be the best if possible.
Yes.
To live life to its absolute fullest.
Yes.
But I do. There is this I won't name her, but there's a girl that she used to work. I used to work at Vaughn's in a Starbucks. Worst experience ever for me. But there was my manager there. I bet she still works there. I went like 15 years after I quit, and she was still working there.
Oh boy!
And I'm telling you though, she looked fine. Like she had a smile on her face. Like that's just her life. She's okay with that. Like that. I think the people that want this, that everybody is equal, and there are no winners, there are no losers, are people like that are cool with just doing their part. They don't need to fucking fully extend as far as you can possibly go.
I think that's what
us.
I agree too. Is like, I don't agree with that everybody's a Vince Lombardi. I don't think so, but I think it's important to look at, like, for instance, maybe that Starbucks girl went, you know what? Achieving's not for me. I'm not good at stuff. I don't want to do stuff. But it probably took away, like, you also have to admit your limitations and be like, it's not for me. I suck at all this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do this. Like, just being able to say, I'm good at this, I'm bad at this, I lose at this, I win at this, that's going to make you so much happier, being honest with yourself. And if she's happy, then at some point she was honest with herself.
Right.
But this horse shit that we're all the same and everybody, it's, no. This is a fucking huge fallacy.
Because there are some people where it's just
Destruction.
like, that is
Destruction.
their version of happiness. And it's like,
Of course.
and if you're happy, fuck everything that we're saying, you know? Like, what makes us happy? What makes me happy is different than what makes you happy, Christina, you know? And that
Yeah.
applies outwardly towards everyone. So it's like, it's not
100%.
saying that gig is like, oh, that means that's bottom. It's not.
It's not.
Because if it works, if it sounds stupid but it works, it's not stupid.
It's not stupid. And by the way, I love Starbucks. Greatest job I ever had, the summer of 1997. I do know what the worst job is. It's cleaning out porta potties. That's the worst job. I saw a guy do it at our house and I was like, whoa, yo, you don't even wear like gloves? I was like, Tom, that's the worst job in the world. Cleaning out the shit of a porta potty. Now, granted, I bet you he makes a good living because who the fuck wants to do that job, right?
Right, and he probably never gets pink eye because he's immune to it now.
Or meningitis because
Yeah.
he's already had it.
His body is used to processing that stuff.
True that.
I put a poll though on Instagram a while ago. I'm curious what you would think too, because I made it. I always make it percentages, so it's proportionate to whatever your life is. I put, if you were to make 50% more than you're making now, would you clean porta potties? 50% more. So that's like a whole whatever. If you make $1 million a year, that's $500,000 more a year. It's like, would you do that?
No.
Whatever you make.
If you would have asked me this question in 2008, I'd be like, absolutely, bro. Where's the fucking shit puck? Yeah. Yes.
Would you though? Because but what you were making in 2008 is not what you're making now. So
I was making $20,000 a year in 2008. I
So
would have gladly
30
cleaned.
grand,
But then,
here
yeah.
I come.
But yeah, so $30,000 you would fucking clean porta potties
Better
back then?
believe it.
Really? Wow.
You don't understand,
Huh.
like, to make my
Interesting.
dreams come true, to be a stand-up comedian, I would have done, I worked for basically free for a decade. Like, I went into severe debt. I stayed in divey motels, and I've had glasses thrown at me. I've had everything, you know? Yeah, by any means necessary.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty surprising. What about you, Nadav? Would you right now? 50%.
Not
whatever
right
you
now,
got?
though. I
No.
have enough money now.
Even when I was a bag boy or doing telemarketing in college, if you're like, hey, 50% more to do this, I'm like, fuck that.
What if it was 500% more?
Ooh,
So
yeah.
that's 5 times.
That's good.
No. Not
No.
even- so right now, no.
Because I mean, I had a sweet gig in college where I was working for Weed Maps, making weed videos, and like I fucking, you think I like weed now? I fucking loved weed back then, but it was just unfulfilling. Like either creatively or career wise, like it just wasn't fulfilling,
Oh,
and I
wait.
became depressed fast.
But Annie,
I see.
because here's the deal, man. I see this porta potty gig as like a part-time thing. Like I get to have my time to do stand-up, though, right?
Oh, this is your job.
Oh
is a
no, then
full-time
forget
job.
about it. No. If this was
Okay.
like my day job and I could go out at night and do stand-up and work towards my real dream, yeah. Oh, but if I have to give up everything,
Like, well, I guess it was just that it's full time. So you're working 40 hours a week doing X, you know, and like, sure, you could take your nights, but like, you really taking nights after working
that's true.
cleaning porta potties for 40 fucking hours a week?
I know. It's
Yeah,
exhausting.
kinda
But I did
kills you.
work a full-time job and then do stand-up at night. But then when
Yeah.
my boss let me do weekends out when I featured, okay, I gotta ask a few questions.
Some context.
Okay, let's do some follow-ups, you guys. A lot of follow-ups. Here we go. Oh, we were discussing about pride parades for children and whether or not it's appropriate for a kindergartner to participate in a pride parade. This person says, "Hi, mommy. Kids should totally partake in pride parades. Many kids have LGBTQ parents. There's other holidays like Valentine's. I'm sorry, she's misspelled that. Valentine's that have been supportive of straight relationships forever. Time to even out the field, I think. Keep them high and tight. Mars." That's true. Or what if we restructured Valentine's to include the gays as well? I think that would be kind of a neato idea.
or if it became like a more of a platonic type of holiday than a romantic one.
Wait, how is Valentine's not incorporating gay people already?
I don't know. I guess she feels as though it's not. I mean,
Huh.
I never
I feel-
considered it to
Oh, that's a really good point, Eddie.
I mean, there's
exclude.
no colors or anything. Like, what excludes gay people? I mean, I'm literally asking. I can't imagine anything that would. If I was gay, it's just Valentine's is like, cool. So now you love your dude on Valentine's,
I
right?
know.
I don't know. I mean,
That
not
makes
gay, I
sense to
wouldn't-
me. I think this person is writing in, and that example is pretty narrow-minded.
I don't know. But yes, if they have gay parents, I understand LGBTQ parents. But I don't know, to do it in school is what my issue was. So maybe if those parents chose to privately take their children to any parade they'd want to, I think that would be okay. But I don't know. So maybe, I don't know, dude. Anyway, good other perspective. Oh gosh, here's a great follow-up, you guys. So Bert and Ernie, so I was so fucking some fucking cunt in the comments was like, puppets don't have genitals, Bert and Ernie aren't gay, like totally lit me up. And I was like, this
Puppets don't have organs; they still eat.
yeah, it's so stupid. Like that's so dumb. Anyway, and they bathe. Oh, really? Fuck nuts. What are they washing? Their imaginary dicks, you shithead. So I got so fired up, and I was like, Tom, this motherfucker is trying to tell me that Bert and Ernie don't have genitals. He's like, babe, they came out. They came out in 2018. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, in 2018, the creator said, yes, that Bert and Ernie are gay. Can you Google this? Because I know. I was like, oh, shit. I got a fucking joke in my act about how they're still not gay. This is not going to go well. Oh, that's not true. The Gay Star News reported that fans reacted negatively. Indeed, a gay couple, says Sesame Street writer. Here we go, 2018.
Oh snap!
Bert and Ernie are indeed a gay couple. Former Sesame Street writer Mark Saltzman said Bert and Ernie's relationship was modeled after his own with his life partner Arnold Glassman. Oh, how cute. Okay, here we go. Iconic Sesame Street puppets Bert and Ernie are a couple, according to a former writer for the show. In an exclusive interview with the blog Queer Tea, Mark Saltzman said he felt that when he was writing Bert and Ernie, he was writing them as a couple and basing their interactions on his own experiences. I always felt that without a huge agenda, when I was writing Bert and Ernie, they were, Saltzman told Queer Tea. I didn't have any other way to contextualize them. The other thing was, more than one person referred to Arnie and I as Bert and Ernie. However, Sesame Workshop, which produces the show, denies the pair are together, saying they have no sexual orientation but are best friends. As we have always said, Bert and Ernie are best friends. They were created to teach preschoolers that people can be good friends with those who are very different from themselves, even though they are identified as male characters and possess many human traits and characteristics. They remain puppets and do not have a sexual orientation, the workshop said in a statement to NBC News. Saltzman, who wrote Sesame Street from 1981 till 1990, said the duo's relationship was modeled after his own life. The film editor Arnold Glassman, who was Saltzman's partner until Glassman's death in 2003. So whether or not Sesame Street will confirm or deny that, if the writer is telling you, hey, I modeled this after my gay relationship with my lifetime partner, guess what, motherfucker? They have genitals and they butt fuck every night, okay? So shut up and don't comment on that. Don't you fucking comment, stupid idiot. Okay. Let's do a voicemail.
Hi, mommies. This is a listener from Northern California, and I just wanted to share my reaction to your episode 137 that just came out, in consideration to the teaching the kindergarteners about sexuality and stuff.
Great.
And one of the Booth boys was talking about how if these labels were as prominent as they are these days back then he probably would have identified differently. And that brought up something that I experienced as well when I was a kid. I am now bisexual and non-binary, and I've taken probably the better half of a decade to figure that out. And yeah, as a kid, it doesn't really matter if the labels are available to you or not. There's the confusing feelings about your body and puberty and growing up in the first place are already hard enough to navigate. And then you're like, wait, what the fuck? I like girls. And I also don't feel like a girl completely. Like, what the fuck is going on? So a lot of that, I was just like, That's a problem for another day. So I feel like even if I were to be presented with those labels and all that information as a child, it would still be way too overwhelming to actually process. Love you guys.
Interesting.
Piss on me, beat me.
Piss on
Bye.
me. So there's straight from the non-binary lesbian's mouth, you guys, that even as a kindergartner, it would have been overwhelming. So really interesting. I wonder, because I don't know if kids understand all these labels, but I think just having an openness maybe to whatever a kid tells you is okay. Not beating them down. And, my kids have said stuff like, I want to marry, I think Ellis was like, I want to marry Nico in his class. And I was like, all right, you can. Whatever. Okay, do you have another voicemail follow-up, Gene?
I do.
Let's go.
Hi, Mommy Jean. This is Rachel from Ohio.
Hi, Rachel.
I was just calling in after listening to the Off the Rails episode. Well, I'm still listening to it, but I never agreed with Nadav ever. And for once, I do. The burnt, extra crispy, flavorful nut is the best one.
Wow.
The best one always. And second, in case you've never thought about doing this, take your Cool Ranch Doritos and dip them in French onion dip.
Wow.
For some reason, I always thought you could only dip those, Ruffles plain potato chips in French onion dip. And try it with your Cool Ranch Doritos. It's 15 out of 10.
Wow.
Thanks, Mommy. Love you.
Wow. I never even thought of that you could dip a flavored chip into a dip. Did you guys even know you could do that? That's against the rules.
I just learned recently that I'm allowed to buy French onion dip. I thought that's something that's only available at parties that you go to if you're lucky.
I agree with you. I just learned that about 8 years ago, too. Or bean dip or any 7-layer dip.
You're just like, ooh, I hope they have French onion dip at this spot I'm going to. It's reserved for Super Bowl parties only.
This is so true. Yeah, I was the same way for the longest time. Wait, and I'll take it a step further.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that you can make your own French onion dip?
Shut the fuck up.
You can make it.
It has a recipe?
Yeah. You can buy the flavor packet and then you just add sour cream and that's it, bruh. And then you can do that shit at home. So you can make it as oniony or not as oniony. You can control the onion to cream ratio, homie. Yo, you could put cream cheese in there. Damn.
I can make a better French onion dip.
Yo, you can make it. So I love French onion dip. I didn't realize how much I liked it until right now, actually.
Christina, I'm not even kidding. Less than 12 months ago, I realized it. Remember when you guys were like, hey, guys, go spend a week in Austin and see if you like it, find some spots?
Yeah.
So you put us, I was in a hotel for the longest I've ever been. I'm like, oh my God, what am I? So I'm just going to eat out every meal. I'm not going to have anything to.
Yeah.
And I take a lap in a grocery store. And I'm like, oh, French onion dip. They have that here? And I was like, oh, I wish I could get it. And then I was like, wait a second. I could get it. And then I did. And I pretty much just had French onion dip as a meal for 3 of the meals while I was out here.
Yeah. I can fucking live off of French onion dip. And if I think I did in 2007, I would just go. So Publix is the name of the grocery store in Florida where I featured a lot. And they have the best French onion dip at fucking Publix in Florida. And I would buy that and then just a bag of vegetables and just live off of that when I was so broke. And that sustained me. I just love French onion. It's I could put it on anything. Sometimes I would just eat it on bread, French onion dip, or eat it you can dip anything in it. It's so good.
Yeah, that's the thing with dip. You can dip whatever you want.
But bro, have you fucking put anything in there? Have you ever dipped a Cool Ranch chip into something different? I've never even thought of this.
I thought the flavor options were all filled up.
Yeah.
When it comes to flavor, it's just hey, this is nacho cheese. This is what it's gonna taste like.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
You can nuance the flavor profile. Shit.
Man, I just got normal Ruffles when I got the French onion dip. I'm like, I could have gotten cheddar.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could dip cheddar in a.
Oh my God. I just figured that out too. Okay, so apropos this discussion, this is a chip follow-up. Hey, Christine. So I used to work for a marketing firm and Frito-Lay was our biggest client. Oh my God. It's inside knowledge. Are you ready for this?
Oh, boy.
Are you ready for this?
Give it to me.
The baked version of any of their chips are just the crumbs of the original chips mixed with a gummy paste.
What?
They are literally the hot dog of chips. Definitely not any healthier. Touch my Cheetos through the fence.
I don't like that.
Dude, so what he's saying is
I don't
the
like that at all.
baked is like the remnants of the fucking fried crumbs.
That's the Wendy's move.
What do you mean?
Like Wendy's when they what is it? They cook the grease and they put the grease as chili. The grease from the grill, they like use that as like chili or some shit. That's the Wendy's move. Yeah.
I think I'm mad.
I'm mad too because the whole premise is that it's baked, not fried.
Right.
However, if the chip is composed of fried pieces of chip, how is this baked?
Because you bake it after
Fucking
you glue it
injustice.
together to like cure the chip glue. This is upsetting.
This is really upsetting. We should do something.
Let's
But I
fucking burn it down.
Don't want to do anything about this. This is like, do you know what I realized too?
Mhm.
I went to Dunkin' Donuts, which I fucking hate Dunkin', but I had no other options. And I like that bagel that's like, the donut. That's like the everything donut. Do you know what I'm talking about? The crumb.
No.
It's like the crumb donut. And I came to the conclusion that the crumb donut is like the whore of the donut world because all the other donuts just come on that donut. That's what that is it's the crumbs. That's it. And that's the best. That's my favorite one. And that's like the whore of the donut world. Like they literally take that donut and then mash it in all the crumbs of the remnants of the other
it's the
donuts.
streetwalker of the donut.
Yeah. And it's my favorite one. It's so good.
Mm.
Oh, God, I love shitty things. All right. I like knowing these secrets. Write in and let me know about the everything donut. How disgusting it is. WhereMyMomsAt@gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail at 213-375-5184. Yeah. And also, how do you feel about merit awards? I'm curious to see what the parents out there, generally people I talk to are like, nah, shit's bullshit. But then again, I probably only talk to Gen Xers like me. So we'll see. Okay. I love you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And I love you. And I'll see you on the road. Okay. Bye, Jeans. Until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye.
Where my mom's at. Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at. Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at.
Where my mom's at.